Speakers or headphones? Today, we take on that age-old question. What's happening, voiceover friends? I'm Bill DeWeese. Welcome to the daily voiceover huddle. I'm a professional voiceover talent, voiceover coach, voiceover demo producer, and of course, I've got to mention the book. Written a couple of books on the topic. Here's my latest: Get Paid Using Your Voice, Get Found, Get Heard, Get Hired. There's a digital version of this, a digital download version for less than $10. It's below in the description if you want to check that out. Somebody's asked me about the audiobook earlier. When you get the digital version, immediately you're asked if you want to also add on to that the audiobook. It's kind of going to McDonald's and they say, "Do you want fries with that? Would you like the audio version with this?" Check it out below in the description. So, hope you're doing well. I'm feeling better. I'm getting there. We're getting rain this morning. We're loving that, and I know some of you guys are too. And so for those of you who have been parched, I'm glad to see that, the rain has finally made it to your neck of the woods as well. So I recently received a question, and I apologize, I can't remember the name of the person who left the question, but it's a good question. And, the scenario was this, that they had been working on a medical demo and had really gone to great lengths to do it well, not just voice, but had music and sound effects, the whole thing, and they had spent time, mixing it with headphones, and then after being done and excited and ready to rock and roll with it, they would played it back on another system through speakers and couldn't hear part of what they had put in there because what sounded good in headphones didn't sound good in speakers. So the question was, should I use headphones or speakers? And what I wanna say is, that's really not even the right question to ask. Here's the question: Are you using a reference monitoring tool or a consumer monitoring tool? When I say monitoring tool, really 2 options. One is headphones, and the other speakers or studio monitors. A reference monitor or a reference headphones, either one, what it does is it gives you what we call flat response. In other words, it doesn't sweeten the audio. If you buy consumer headphones, they are sweetened like the frequencies so that it's like they've taken the EQ and they've messed around with it within the headphones or the speakers themselves so that when you hear it, it would sound better than just coming through a flat response reference monitor. It's for end consumer use, so it sounds a little more exciting. Now, if you're mixing any kind, whether you're doing music or you're doing demos, you want reference monitors or speakers or headphones. It used to be people would say, "No, only use speakers or studio monitors," and now more and more people are using headphones. There's really great reference headphones made too. So just make sure it's a reference because it's a flat frequency response, meaning it takes what you give it, and what you give it is what you get back. It's not tweaking the frequencies, the EQ to make it sound any better. You hear exactly what you put into it. And then, but even after that, it's a good idea to go back and monitor through something that you might like a car stereo or your home stereo to make sure it's what you want. But mixing with consumer headphones or speakers, not a good idea. That's one scenario, and that's the scenario that was asked about. But let me give you another scenario, another context where you might be using headphones or speakers, and that's when you're editing voiceover. Editing what I'll say cold voiceover, meaning no music, no sound effects, just the voice. Speakers or monitors, is that better than headphones? I always tell my students, use what you're most comfortable with. I've got some students who swear by using their speakers or their monitors. That's how they do it. Me, I'm an avid headphone guy. I only edit with headphones on. When I have and the reason I like it is because I can hear every nuance, be it for good or bad. Sometimes you can hear way more than you wanna hear or need to hear. But that's why I like to wear headphones myself. But really, it's whatever you're most comfortable with. People do it both ways. Excuse me, it'll work both ways. But that's hopefully that helps to solve the mystery. Again, when it comes to mixing, when you're using, not just voice, but music and sound effects, having a reference set of headphones or a reference set of speakers, also referred to as studio monitors, that will give you a better outcome. And again, always make sure you test it in a actual consumer environment after you mix it to make sure you're happy with the final. result. And there's even, not to go down a rabbit hole, but there's some really cool plugins that have been developed by Waves, as well as another company or two. I think Slate Digital does it as well, where they have now created through plugins these environments where you can monitor your stuff as if you're sitting in Abbey Road Studios in London or Ocean Way Studios in Nashville or whatever. I mean, literally. So when the audio comes out, it sounds like if you were sitting in the control room at Ocean Way Studios or Abbey Road, or there's a whole, I mean, they have all kinds of studios like that. And almost, I don't know, is that a bridge too far? I mean, is that going a little bit too far? I don't know. I don't know. A lot of people swear by it. Kind of cool. All right. Well, there you go. If you haven't yet, make sure you check into the live chat. I would love to know that you're here. And if you don't mind, just taking a second to let me know where you're watching or listening from this morning. And I'm going to do some shout outs, as is our custom. It's our tradition. We've been doing this can you believe we've been doing this, for a couple years now? Good morning to Rusty, way up north in Michigan. John in Denver, Jason in Nebraska, Phil in Tokyo checking in, Mark in Montreal, Aaron in Missouri, Becky in Michigan. John, by the way, Becky, I ran out of Michigan cherry coffee today. Wah, wah, wah. I told Alexa to put it on the shopping list, so we'll see what happens. John in Rhinebeck, Christina in Grass Valley, California, Ethan in Toronto, Sarah in Wisconsin, Robert in Indianapolis. Rob says they're getting some rain now, some drizzle in the Cincinnati area, and they really need some consistent rain. Yeah, boy, I hear you. Coach Ariel, how are you doing? Happily soaking up the Billisms from Northern California as the sun's rising. Well, thanks for being here, Ariel. Melissa in San Diego. Alex, good morning, Bill. Hail from Westlake, Ohio. Yes, OH. David, what's going on in Hamilton, Ontario? Joe in the UK. In autumnal UK, no less. Yes. Sirius in Charlotte. Denise in Long Island. Doug in Greensboro, North Carolina. Let's see here. Christopher in Dubuque, Iowa. Marla in Texas. Tim, how are you doing in Soggy, Altoona? Let's see here. Oh, Tracy had a birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to you. Hope it was a good one. And don't forget, you're not getting older, you're getting better. That's what I keep telling myself, whether it's true or not. It makes me feel a little bit better. Jim in Memphis. Wayne in Port Orchard, Washington, headed for 75 to near 80 today. Last gasp of sunshine. GS in Longview. Hey, Joy. Corey in Whitehall, Wisconsin. Mark says, good morning, Bill and everyone from California Central Valley. Still summer here forecasted. High of 101 degrees Fahrenheit today. Holy cow, Mark. Wow. Where are you at? California Central Valley. Okay. Must be desertish. Mary, how are you doing in New Jersey? Morning, Lisa. What's up, Jolie? Scotty says, good tech tip, Bill. Good morning from Brookings, South Dakota. Hey, Terry, what's going on in Falston, Maryland? It's Dan, Cumming, Georgia. David in Gardner, Kansas. Nancy in South Dakota. Hey, Joy, good morning from cloudy with rain, Southfield, Michigan. Glad to have it. Jim says, using the best rendering device you can is always wise. Wally says, hearing you loud and clear, Bill. Annapolis. Have you noticed we have not had audio problems for a while? Crazy, right? I switched over to my newer Apollo. I have redundancies of pretty much everything. I've got 2 Neumann TLM 103s. I've got 2 universal audio interfaces, so that if something goes down, I've got a backup. And I had my older version in here for a while, and I was getting some audio clicks and static and stuff like that, and I didn't think it was the audio interface being a universal audio. I mean, if you pay that much for an audio interface, you don't think you're going to have that kind of issue. But when I put my Apollo Twin Mark II in here, which isn't brand new, but it's newer than the other one, it all cleared up. There you go. Theo wishing us all a happy Taco Tuesday from the gloomy city that is downtown Chicago. By the way, I had the chance to have Michigan cherry barbecue sauce. What? Michigan cherry barbecue sauce last week, and thought of you, Bill. Tasty as all get out. That sounds amazing, Theo. Whoever invented that deserves some sort of an award, some big recognition. And I haven't even had it yet, but I just know it's amazing. And I'm going to go looking for it. I'm going to put that. I'm going to go back to Amazon thingy and put that on the shopping list. Ben, what's going on in the UK? Big fan of my KRK headphones. Hey, Ben, thanks for being here. Lisa in Colorado, Mercury retrograde is finally over. Less tech issues. Yes. Hey, if that's what it takes, whatever it takes, that's good for me. Hey guys, thanks for being here. You are appreciated. Don't forget, if you like the video, those thumbs up. Every time you give it a thumbs up, this video will be seen by more people looking for good voiceover information. That's the way it works. So when you do that, you're helping those folks out and giving me a warm, fuzzy feeling all at the same time. So thank you for that. Thanks for being here. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.